Hi Pisces, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I am in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, what I normally do is let flip, fly, or fall anywhere from 5 to 7 tarot cards and then clarify with various oracle decks after we decide if it's life, love, career, or health. So let's see what's going on with Pisces for the first half of May. We have a Queen of Wands in the reverse position. That one wanted to come out. And the King of Wands in the reverse position. Okay, that's interesting. So something has come to a stall, a major stall, and it feels like you were like I feel like I'm seeing a boat with the sails up on the ocean, and you were just cruising along all of a sudden, and all of a sudden the wind stopped blowing, the sails came down, and all of a sudden something came out and like knocked the wind out of your forward motion. I mean, it feels like this energy of like you got the breath knocked out of you. Let's see if a Hierophant came up. So let's see if the Tower card comes up, because this feels like Tower energy. Those two together feel like massive Tower energy, like something just came out of the blue and just sucked the wind right out of you. But the Hierophant is kind of like, that's like kind of spiritual. So you're looking at it from, so it kind of feels like you're looking at it kind of like, what did I do wrong? I was doing really good. What did I do wrong here? And you're asking, it's kind of like, I feel like you're going into meditation, you're asking your guides, you're looking for guidance from the universe, the other side, to go, okay, I was doing really good. What lesson am I learning? Why did you do this to me? So I feel like you are looking at it from the perspective of, obviously, there was a lesson I needed to learn from this. And so instead of wandering around in a quandary like you would have in the past, I feel like you are asking spiritually to understand why this happened. You have come to the point of where you have let go of like the 3D programming, and my nose itches all of a sudden. I don't know what that means, but it's like you are not looking at this through the lens of 3D programming, like, oh, poor me, I have bad self-esteem, this is my parents' fault. Okay. All right. So the Three of Swords in the upright, and then the King of, I can feel that feels like it needs to go up. So sorry. The Fool. Okay. All right. So you're like, okay, I'm going to start all over. This is, okay, so this was like a major turning point for you, because I feel like you have come far enough that you have realized that in the past, when a Tower moment hit or something like sucked the wind out of your air, sucked the wind out of your sails, or knocked your breath away, or whatever, you went to 3D programming, and you blamed your parents, and you blamed the neighbor, and you blamed the government, and you blamed everybody else, and you were always in victim mode. You have moved past that now, and you are looking at this through spiritual eyes, and you are ready to start again. And you're kind of like, I am not going to let this break my heart like I did in the past. And that's why the Three of Swords is in reverse. It's like, it's kind of like, I'm not going to let this break my heart in the past. I'm going to let these emotions, and at first I thought it looked like he was pouring that on top of his head. But what it feels like is going on, it's like you are feeling these emotions that are coming through. You're not holding on to them. You're like, I'm just going to let them come through. There was a lesson to be learned for whatever happened, and you are handling this completely different than you have in the past. So this is very similar to, I just did a reading that, the Scorpio reading. This feels similar to the Scorpio reading where you have learned a massive lesson and you are not handling this badly like you would have in the past. You are looking, like I said, you are looking at this through a spiritual lens, and you're kind of like going, okay, guys, I understand that you gave me this lesson to learn for a reason. What is it that I needed to learn? And it's kind of like you're not looking at this as a punishment like you would have in the past. You're looking at this, okay, this is a lesson. I was giving this as a lesson to learn. What's my lesson? So let's get this figured out and move forward. You're kind of like very clear about what is going on. And it's a very fast moving energy. So it's like that feeling of like weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. It's kind of like you got knocked down and you bounced right back up, and you're like, I'm not doing this like I used to in the past. In the past, you would have felt trapped. You are not feeling trapped this time. You're like, I'm not going to feel trapped like I did. I'm not going to let this stick around for long. It's like I said, it's like you got knocked down and you bounced right back up, and you're like, bring it on. Let's figure this out and let's move forward. This is a great, powerful energy that I am feeling from you guys right now. Kind of like you've conquered some shit lately. I mean, I feel like I want to go proud of you. That was upside down, but I don't feel like that is in this. Okay, so what other emotions are going on with this newfound unsure? It's kind of like I'm unsure where I am going because I am relying on something that I have never relied on before. Before, you were always working on old programming, and that was safe, and blaming everything on somebody else was always very safe. But in this case, you're kind of like, I'm taking responsibility for this. I am letting the universe lead the way. I am not sure where I'm going and how this is going to work out, but I have learned that I just need to trust. And the hopeless card came up kind of sideways. It feels like it needs to be upside down. It's kind of like you're like, I am done feeling hopeless. That is something that you have let go of. Even though it didn't fall underneath the Three of Swords, it feels like it's attached to the Three of Swords. And you're like, I am not going to have a broken heart over this like I used to. Good for you guys. Some major lessons I feel like some major releasing has happened. And even though they're not showing me a full moon, and it's kind of like, I'm not going to be resentful anymore. I'm done being indignant and offended and bitter. And I'm not going to resent where the universe takes me, even if it's a different path. Then in the past, you would have been resentful. And now you're like, I'm not going to be resentful. I'm just going to jump off of this. I'm going to let the universe lead the way. And I'm just going to feel these emotions and go. What else is going on? What else is going on emotionally here with you guys? What else is, that went back in. What else is going on emotionally with you guys? What else is going on emotionally? This is a very good, powerful feeling. You're like, I am not confused anymore. I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly how to handle this. You're on it. You're on top of it. And it's like, this was a blip in the screen. And it's like, you're not even stressed about it like you would have been in the past. So this is a major achievement. I feel like in the past, you would have let this knock you down and maybe spiraled out of control. you would, and since my throat chakra just kind of cleared up before, I also feel like in the past you would have not have asked for help when this kind of thing happened up. You would have tried to suck it up and do it all yourself, and you would have just marinated in this feeling of, oh, poor me, and being in victim mode. And now it's like, nope, I'm not going to play the victim anymore. I'm going to take responsibility, and I'm going to move through this. So you guys are killing it right now. Okay, so I want to know, what blocks have you cleared lately? What blocks have you cleared lately that has given you this confidence? What are some of the blocks that you have cleared lately that has given you this spiritual awakening, confidence? Some stuff that maybe, that's way too many. Some stuff that maybe held you back in the past that is no longer holding you back. So what blocks have you recently cleared that... One is, oh, what did I say? You're not playing the victim mode. That's that you have cleared that block of playing the victim. I get goosebumps when the cards prove what I have said. So that's one of the things I said. You're like, in the past, you were playing the victim mode. You have cleared that hurdle. Good on you. All right, let's see what else you have cleared. What else isn't going to be an issue because you have cleared this? What is no longer going to be an issue for you? What is no longer going to be an issue because you have cleared that crap out? You're out of your dark night of the soul. So it's kind of like you've gone through the rough time, you've came out another person. That's why you were able to look at this from a spiritual lens now instead of the way you used to, because you've been through the dark night of the soul. So you have cleared that too. You have also cleared settling, which means that you realize that you are worthy of having a spectacular life. And you've cleared some self-worth issues, because before you always kind of thought, you know, I'm not worthy of having a better life. And that's one of the reasons you settled for some of the crap that you did. Mute. You have cleared keeping things to yourself and not speaking up for yourself. You have, okay, I just did something. I've already forgotten what we were talking about. When my throat chakra, I don't know, whatever. You have spoken up for some injustices and what word am I here? You're not feeling indignant anymore, and you're speaking up when people are being disrespectful to you. It just feels like you're speaking your mind now instead of just letting, playing the victim, oh, poor me. You're speaking up now. That's all I can say. You have also forgiven some people, and that's a block that you have cleared. What else is not going to be a problem for you anymore? What else have you cleared the path for? There's two. Let's take both of those. I feel like you were bound to maybe some addictions. And I also feel like that has to go with playing the victim mode. You were bound to some bad habits, perhaps some food addictions, alcohol, drug. Take that for whatever it resonates, because that always makes me feel like this is the devil card. So there were some bad habits that you had that didn't do you any favors, and you have cleared that for the path to go forward. And this just feels like it's like you are returning back to yourself, your soul. You are returning back to source and letting source dictate you instead of feeling separate and being stuck in the old paradigm and the old ways of thinking. You are returning back to that perfect source energy that you came from. This is a really, I'm like, I wish you could feel this feeling that I'm feeling right now. It's like this very like connected. I feel very, very connected to source right now. And that is the feeling that I'm getting from this whole thing. It's like you have learned how to connect with source and understanding the trials and tribulations that you have gone through and the reason for them. And now you're like going, okay, this is like, I feel like kind of lightheaded, but in a good way, lightheaded. It's just like, I feel very, very like sucked up in source right now. I don't even know how to explain that. Unless you've ever been there, it wouldn't make any sense. Ah, nice. I like this energy that I'm in right now. So what other words of advice do you have for Pisces about this? I just want to say newfound freedom. You've cleared the deck. You've cleared the deck. And hello, anything else that you want to say to them about this positive experience, this new forward? Okay. Yeah, tapped into source. That's what I said. You are tapped into source big time right now. And you are also tapping into your sacred wisdom. That's why you were able to look at this little thing that bleeped up on the screen and kind of look at it, pull it up, and look at it from a spiritual way and remove it quickly. Intuition. You are very tapped into your intuition right now too. And you wouldn't be able to do everything that you've just accomplished if you weren't tapped into source, if you weren't tapped into your intuition, if you were not tapping into your sacred wisdom. And apparently part of how you do this is you have learned the art of retreat. You have learned the art of retreating within yourself, with going in to maybe nature and thinking and clearing and how to like remove these obstacles out of your way super fast. So it's, you know, again, I just keep feeling like I see that Weeble, the Weeble goes bloop and plops right back up. You came back up, you know, it was like the wind didn't knock you down for long. I feel like there's one more card in here, one more card that they want to say about this whole situation. That one. You had some angel assistance. And I feel like that also goes along with you can ask for angel assistance if anything ever crops up and maybe you have some difficulty figuring it out. The angels are saying, we're here to help you. Ask us for guidance. That's what we're here for. So if you run into a problem and you haven't quite figured out how to deal with it, call on us. We're here to help. Okay. Pisces, this is it for the first half of May. Good job. I feel like that is a major accomplishment. I feel like things are going to be a lot smoother from now on because you released a lot of stuff that maybe kept you in the kind of prison that you were in before. Anyway, I'll see you guys middle of May. Thanks. Bye.